Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today, I'll be giving a first-time reaction to an American rock band named Ween. We're going to be checking out their studio album, The Mollusk, which I remember as a kid learning about mollusks. Apparently, they have multiple hearts, which that's pretty cool. But besides that, I don't really know much about mollusks, and I don't really know much about Ween. It's not a name that I'm familiar with in the slightest. After a quick Google, I learned that they have 5 members to this band. We have Gene Ween, or Aaron Freeman, on the vocals and guitars. We've got Dean Ween, named Mickey Melchiondo Jr. He's also a guitarist. And then we've got 3 other members, Claude Coleman Jr. on drums, Dave Drywitz on bass, and Glenn McClelland on the keys. So I'm super fresh to the world of Ween. This will be my first time hearing their stuff. Excited to find out what they're all about. You know, for me, it is super enjoyable to discover new music. I mean, it is kind of the entire point of my channel, to share and discover my musical journey with you all. So today I have David the Steady to thank for making this donation request and the selection today. Thank you very much, David. Now, let's just jump in. Let's see what they're all about.
On my living style is my hair in place. Have I got a cute expression on my face and my shoes all shine? I'll try keeping line when I'm dancing in the show tonight.
What is the name for this style? Like show tunes or something?
Does my shuffle
Step really
look
so good. Am I
doing it the way
you think I should?
would it
Although this is like, I don't even know what creature this is. This is like every fish, every sea creature combined into one. We have like fish head, crab claws, octopus tentacles. I don't know what these are. This is a very strange creature.
be a
miss?
if I blew you?
Guess when
It does not look like a mollusk.
Showtime now is getting near.
And I'm getting scared.
Wish I could see in
Oh,
the mirror.
Partially looks like a mollusk.
I'm all prepared.
First you take,
A step,
then you point your
your toe. Hope
I know it like
like I did a
week ago.
Am I standing?
Think straight, I can
Hardly wait to
be
be dancing in the show
tonight.
This is like, I don't even know how to describe this. This is almost like a like comical sea shanty. It's a bit bizarre. Very whimsical.
Showtime now is getting near.
And I'm getting scared.
Wish I could see in the mirror.
If I'm all prepared. First you take
There's even the kids like singing in the background here. So it feels super like show tunesy, super whimsical, as if you were watching like a Disney movie. And it's interesting. I was not expecting this.
a step, then you point your toe. Hope I know it like I did a week ago. Am I standing straight? I can hardly wait to be dancing in the show tonight.
I assume the song changed here. Good God, what is going on? This is...
Hey little boy, what you got there? Did you find it in the sandy ground? Does it emulate the ocean sound? Yes, I found it on the ground, emulating the ocean sound. Bring
Oh,
forth the mollusk, cast unto me.
oh, that's nice.
Forever live forever be free.
I don't even know what this is. It's like fluttering. It's like as if we're underwater and the water is like bubbling around.
Hey little boy, come walk with me and bring your newfound mollusk along. It speaketh of the Trinity, can it gaze at the sun with its wandering eye? Yes, it speaks of the Trinity, casting light at the sun with its wandering eye. Bring forth the mollusk, cast unto me. Let's be forever, let forever be free.
What genre are we in? I mean, I'm just considering what we heard in the first track there too. Maybe we're like, I don't even know, man. This is let me call it for now progressive, but this is all over the place. Boom 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 boom. Get some trumpets, okay. Oh, and they're layering with that fluttering. That's cool. Drums picking up.
You see, there are three things that spur the mollusk from the sand: the waking of all creatures that live on the land. And with just one faint glance back into the sea, the mollusk lingers with its wandering eye.
This is wild. I feel like I'm in an aquatic fever dream right now. What is going on? What really is going on now?
Did you ever see a whale with a polka dot tail? Did you ever see a man with 8 fingers on his hand? Did you have to dry your eye when you saw that puppy fly? Oh no, tell me it ain't so. Have you ever tried to shrink like an ice cube in a sink? Have you ever tried to see what lies hidden in the tree? Have you ever made a flag and squished it in your hand? Oh no, tell me it ain't so.
I love that they play so much with sound effects too. I think it adds to the whimsy of everything, but keeps it very fresh as a listener. The vibe that I'm getting from this song, somehow it almost feels like the is it preempted? It may be like the prologue to like a deep sea horror kind of a soundscape. I don't know if that even makes sense. I just get some like ominous vibe from this like particular effect here. I'll try to point it out right here. Somehow I feel like this is a bit ominous, but it could convert into whimsy, so I don't know. Yeah, see? Definitely feels like we're underwater though. Like, I don't know how they've captured that feeling in all of the songs so far. But here we are.
Have you ever tried to shrink like an ice cube in a sink? Have you ever tried to see what lies hidden in a tree? Have you ever made a flag and squished it in your hand? Oh no,
like the melodies and the bounce. I'm just so confused. Oh my gosh, now it's like falling apart here.
Help me.
Help me. I also get a bit of like ska, that genre in all of this. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that show Chowder. I am like briefly reminded of that show as I listen to this. I am not sure why. I feel like it could. I hadn't watched much of that show, in all fairness, but it feels like some of these songs could fit that vibe very well. I gotta say, I am so confused, but this is a fun listen.
I'll be Johnny on the spot. I'll be Johnny on the spot.
What is this?
My dad died, left me all he's got. I'll be Johnny on the spot. I get up early in the morning. I get up early in the morning.
I have no idea what genre this is. I think because we've had so many genres, there's no use in like defining everything by one, but we've had like progressive, we've had sea shanties, we've had prog rock, we've had just regular rock, I guess. Almost like they can just do whatever they want.
I slap the pigs.
But what is this?
Mama shuts
What
the
is this
door.
genre?
I get up early in the morning. I got a Chevy with a Mopar can. I got a Chevy with a Mopar can. I got a Chevy with a Mopar can. I'll be Johnny on the spot.
It's very fast paced.
I'm going down. 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 I'll be Johnny on the spot.
Oh my god, I am having a brain blast right now. So, if you guys have ever watched the show South Park, the theme song right in the beginning and in the end, I just saw, it was either like a YouTube short or some short video about how the theme song came to pass. And it was because the writers of the show didn't have an idea for what the song they wanted to use for the intro and outro would be, what vibe it would be. And they had such diverse taste in music, they'd never overlapped. The only band that they overlapped on that they both liked was a band named Primus. Now, I've never listened to Primus myself outside of the South Park theme song, but they wrote their, the writers of South Park, they contacted Primus and asked them if they could put together something for the show, and eventually they arrived at what the theme song is now. This song sounds so much like that style, at the very least, of the South Park theme song. Primus.
I'll be Johnny on the spot. I'll be Johnny on the spot. My daddy died, left me all he's got. I'll be Johnny on the spot.
It's so trippy, man. It's like psychedelic as well. I'm scared. What's gonna come next?
I lick my brain in silence. Rather squeeze my head instead.
Whoa, they're playing with the phasing here.
Vision man provoking violence.
Oh, and the hand drums.
Listen not to what I said.
The acoustic feel.
I said please calm it down. Everything is a turning ground. Mutilated lips give a kiss on the wrist of the worm-like tips of tentacles expanding in my mind. I'm fine accepting.
My brain is too weird, but somehow this section reminds me a bit of what you may hear in a Prince track.
Only fresh brine, you can get another drop of this, yeah you wish. Mutilated lips give a kiss on the wrist of the worm-like tips of tentacles expanding in my mind. I'm fine accepting only fresh brine.
God, now my brain is thinking too much about South Park. But if you guys remember that episode with Kanye West and Fish, this song is reminding me of that.
You can get another drop of this, yeah you wish. Laughing lady, living lover. Boy, sassy, brassy, lassie. Highly so love, highly lassie. I give me shoes so I can taxi. Tap all over this big world. Take my hand, you ugly girl. Mutilated lips give a kiss on the wrist of the worm-like tips of tentacles expanding in my mind. I'm fine accepting only fresh brine. You can get another drop of this, yeah you wish. Mutilated lips give a kiss on the wrist of the worm-like tips of tentacles expanding in my mind. I'm fine accepting only fresh brine. You can get another drop of this.
Oh, this is definitely my favorite song so far. Oh, the love the relaxed vibe, the distant siren, the electric guitar in the middle. Oh, it is all so warming. Extremely psychedelic.
Mutilated lips give a kiss on the wrist of the worm-like tips of tentacles expanding in my mind. I'm fine accepting only fresh brine. You can get another drop of this, yeah you wish. Mutilated lips give a kiss.
I'm starting to think that this song was written literally by a mollusk or a fish or a sea creature, or just from the perspective of any of those things. It's kind of absurd.
Kiss on the wrist of the worm-like tips of tentacles expanding in my mind. I'm fine accepting only fresh brine. You can get another drop of this, yeah you wish.
That's my favorite song. The melody was real catchy. Super vibey, just bouncing along. Electric guitar right in the middle.
My ass, you wee bitty fuck. If I pull out the claymore, you're shit out of luck. Who's that girl? That pretty young thing? After I
Super shanty vibes.
fuck her, she'll get up and sing.
Any pirates in the chat?
Sharpen your boot, I'll bludgeon your eye. The blarney
spread soon. Gonna punch in your face on bark at the moon. Aye, aye, aye. Sharpen your boot on bludgeon your eye. Aye, aye, aye. The blarney stone brings a tear to the eye.
Somehow this feels like it was literally recorded in a tavern. That's awesome. I can hear like the whooping and the hollering in the back. Also, my brain wants to say that this is not only just like a sea shanty, it's actually more of like a Celtic rock kind of a vibe. Especially as this this kind of like accordion sound has entered here. I don't know what is going on. I am here for the ride though. This is super fun. I gotta say, like, this isn't music I would typically listen to, but I can totally find a place for this in my playlists. I would just need to create a new playlist that fully relies on just putting fun music out there. Because I don't know, I like a lot of the music that I listen to, even on the channel, you can see it ends up being either sadder or heavier or very musically complex, not necessarily as fun as you could have it. Ween, for me, so far, they are leaning fully into themselves. They're just fun and maybe absurd, but is it absurd for real, or is it just my frame of mind that makes this relatively absurd compared to what I normally listen to? I always have to take into consideration my own bias and existing perspective there. But what I can say is this is definitely fun. It puts me into the pirate vibe, the sea shanty vibe, the ocean dweller vibe, all of which I was not expecting today.
Baby, what have I done? Gone and left you all alone.
I think this is our 6th or 7th song now.
It's hard for me to sing this song. We've been together for so long. I think I know what my soul's gotta say, and it won't hurt as bad someday. It's gonna be alright. and I tore it all apart.
I like this one too.
It's just not our time, but you'll find a new love and you'll be fine.
Kind of like a bit of a romantic vibe
So
here.
many dark and lonely nights, but I believe someday I'll see the light. It's gonna be alright, baby. It's gonna be alright, love. And if the mist ever lets the sun through, I'll just hope I did the right thing for me and you. It's gonna be alright, baby. It's gonna be alright, love.
Very rich atmosphere up
And if
there.
the mist ever lets the sun through, I just hope I did the right thing for me and you. For me and you.
Yeah, melodically, this is my favorite song. I really appreciate the fact that this song, almost to me, reminds me of when I would, earlier on in my guitar practicing days, I would just put on random backing tracks, whether it was like C minor or, E minor or whatever, just like the basic backing tracks you find on YouTube. I would just play it, I would loop it, I would try to play some of the melodies that were in the backing track, and also, improvise and do my own thing. The chord progression used here in, I believe the song is It's Gonna Be Alright, definitely reminiscent of the chord progressions that I had heard in those backing tracks. So I'm just like super reminded of the time where I'm like enjoying this sort of rock ballad-esque guitar playing. It's very melodic, it's slow moving relative to what we've heard, and just sets the stage. It is just very atmospheric. I can't help but think about everything now in the terms of oceans and the seas, and so randomly. It's like crazy the way life works like this. But I was watching documentaries on like the deepest dives in the ocean, like Marianas Trench, and like how these trenches are formed and what are the creatures that live down there and all of that crazy stuff. And it kind of reminds me of there's a certain layer of the ocean, I believe it's like the twilight zone, I forget the actual terminology they use, but it's basically the layer right below being able to directly see sunlight. So a lot of the rays are now being dissipated and things are getting grayer and cloudier at the bottom, so you can still sort of see this brightness from the sun, but it's not really there and you can't grab onto it, and the pressure of the ocean weighs down onto you. It sort of feels like we are in that middling zone between pitch black and that very sunny layer, whatever that gray zone is. I'll just go with the twilight zone for now. It's an interesting place to be melodically, that's for sure. Oh, the panning of the the drums in either headphone, it's like rotating. Oh, what is that tone?
Find my way home, watching the arrows its head in the sand. Daylight has come. There shall be rest in a while. Daylight has come.
and then they pull it back again. I liked when the rhythm was kicking up. I want that. I want more of that.
This barrage of shit back in my mind. Feeling offered.
Like you ever see those videos of like mud baths like bubbling beneath? Kind of reminds me of that.
This I can't understand. Speaking its truth from the back. Now I can see.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know how to predict anything. I can just listen. That's about it. These songs are so unique. They're like, well, they're unlike really anything else that I've heard before. The closest example I could give to their vibe, it's like maybe a bit of like Blue Oyster Cult in there. I mean, there's a bunch of other like artists I referenced or styles I referenced earlier, but those are more for specific moments or songs. But I think like holistically, the closest I can think of to Ween right now is Blue Oyster Cult. Maybe ask me again at the end of this album listen if there's a different if there's a different better answer there, but that's kind of where I land right now. I loved how dynamic that track was. I loved the rhythm section really kicking up and getting loud and then pulling it back again, because I knew we would get some more later. I was like waiting for the next moment of the song really popping off. So maybe that tickles more of like the hard rock metal part of my brain, because it's like hinting towards like getting more intense and diving deeper into the depths of this ocean of music. This is really, really interesting stuff so far, I gotta say. David, you definitely picked one for me. It's also weird because I'm in this like confused Zen state as I listen to this. It's interesting combo of feelings.
Cold blows the wind
Ooh,
over my true
interesting.
love. Cold blows the drops of rain.
A bit of a folk rock vibe
I
here.
never had but one true love, and in Camville he was slain. I'll do as much for my true love
The harmonic minor there.
12 months were come
Ooh.
and gone. This young man, he arose.
I like this chord progression a lot and this melody.
You weep down by my grave. I can't take my repose. One kiss of your lily white lips. One kiss is all I crave. One kiss of your lily white lips.
Which one is this?
And return back to your grave. My lips, they are as cold as my clay. My breath is heavy and strong. If thou wast to kiss my lily white lips, thy days would not be long. Oh, don't you remember the garden grove where we used to walk? Pluck the finest flower of them all, twill wither to a star. Go fetch me a nut from a dungeon deep, and water from a stone.
It's so gloomy and melodic, and I can't help but to think of myself as like a lighthouse like operator, just seeing the storm looming heading towards me. I'm on the rock shore atop the lighthouse, just watching the waves get progressively bigger and crashing against the stones below. I don't know why that is the exact image that gets painted in my mind. Man, what do you guys think about Ween? Let me know in the comments.
Me a nut from a dungeon deep, and water from a stone, and white milk from a maiden's breast that babe had never known. Go dig me a grave, both long, wide, and deep, as quickly as you may. I'll lie down in it and take one sleep for 12 months and 1 day. Cold blows the wind over my true love. Cold blows the drops of rain. I never had but one true love, and in Canville he was slain. I'll do as much for my true love as any younger may. I'll sit and weep down by his grave for 12 months and 1 day.
And I like how the songs just like blink out of existence. It's almost like those old tube TVs that would like collapse all the static into that one little pixel in the middle and then shut off completely. Wow. I want to survey the songs that we've gone through so far and see where we're at. So I think we're right now right before Pink Eye here, which is that's a crazy title. I think the songs that really spoke to me have been Mutilated Lips, It's Gonna Be Alright, The Golden Eel, and Cold Blows the Wind. I think maybe I would describe two of these as more of like a dark ballad feel. The Golden Eel, I think, was very like progressive in what it was doing. Definitely lent more into that rock vibe. Mutilated Lips, I actually just liked because of the melody. I forget the actual style of how the song went. Let me quickly just pull it back. Refresh myself.
Right, you can get another drop of this, yeah you wish. Mutilated lips, give a kiss on the wrist of the worm-like tips of tentacles expanding in my mind.
Yeah, something about this chord progression and like almost like folk kind of rhythm works really well for me. But I think out of those four, then Mutilated Lips would probably fall out of the top three. Interesting so far. I think the most unique track out of everything was I think I'm Dancing in the Show Tonight, that first like show tunes vibe that we were exposed to. Even the Mollusk, honestly, that was a completely different feel. This has been a very interesting 9-song run though. I gotta say, I have not experienced something like this in a while. And normally when I do reactions on the channel, I'm like hearing a single song or maybe 2 or 3 songs from an artist for the first time. Rarely do I ever hear the entire album just out the gate. This is really fun. I hope you guys are enjoying the experience. Let's jump back into it. Kind of like a bit of like that bluegrass melody. Boom, 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 in that bass line. That's not bluegrass though. That's Wally. That's a robot communicating through sonar technology underwater. Also, this is a very alien fish. Like, this is all. And, people love to like talk about aliens like in outer space, but to be honest, the aliens are at home. They're in the oceans and the water. There's so much undiscovered. Huh? Is that a dog bark? Because why not? Why not an underwater dog? Okay, that's a fun melody right there. Bro, they're having a laugh, bro. That's it. What do you even call this? This is like a groaning pop? Bark pop? I don't know, bro.
I'm waving my dick in the wind. I'm waving my dick in the wind. If it all goes right, I'll be in your arms tonight. But I'm waving my dick in the wind. I'm lost in the sauce once again. I'm lost in the sauce
I say lost in the sauce.
once again. If I make it through the night, everything will be alright. But I'm lost in the sauce once again. It's been 97 days since I laid my head beside you, and a million miles of highway in between. There's some red and blue lights that are shining right behind me, and that pig's a pretty mean bastard. You should have seen old Jimmy Wilson dance. You should have seen old Jimmy Wilson dance. Give that boy a dime and you could have a chance to see old Jimmy Wilson dance. Dance, Jimmy.
I'm doing the best I can there, Jim.
That's it.
You really dance like I used to. I mean, I tried. I'm old man now.
I got a real good feeling about old Jimmy Wilson. Sure enough, he's got what it takes. Do another number for me, please, won't you, Jimmy? 'Cause you're a real good dancer.
Dude, the rhythm in this, despite how funny it is actually really good.
I'm waving my dick in the wind. I'm waving my dick in the wind. If it all goes right, I'll be in your arms tonight. But I'm waving my dick in the wind. Waving my dick in the wind. I'm waving my dick in the wind.
This is awesome. Nothing about the music, just thinking more about this visual. It also low-key reminds me of Davy Jones from Captain Jack Sparrow. But what is going on, dude? What is going on?
A child without
This
an
is awesome.
eye.
Which one is this? So I was waving my dick in the
Made a
wind.
mother cry. Why
Of course.
ask why? She kept her child clean.
Oh, cool tone. A bit grungy.
Buckingham Green.
A bit of Nirvana tone.
The children saw the eye.
Dude, if they went into like full grunge or post-grunge or
God descending from the sky.
I could totally see it with how the song is going.
To dream
Or like huge punk rock chorus.
of Buckingham Green.
Let's see. This would not happen in post-grunge. But that's pretty. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh, the harmonic minor twist again. This may be recency bias. I'm not ashamed to say, but I love this song. Oh, that gives me chills to hear that part. This is my favorite. Holy, I love the build that it took to get to this point. From the entire beginning of this album to where we are now. It does feel like we've been building for this moment.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, the crust of a tan man and by the sand.
Cool vibe.
The thirst of the land. Ocean man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the open man? Ocean man, the crust is elusive when it casts forth to the childlike man. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form raised in the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man. Take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, the crust of a tan man and by the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the open man? Ocean man, the crust is elusive when it casts forth to the childlike man. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form raised in the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man.
That's cool. I love the vibe in that song too. I mean, I don't know how I can like prove it to you, but the counterfactual reality where like I reacted to these songs independently from one another outside of the context of the full album, I don't think I would have understood these songs as well as I am now at this point in the album. I think even the songs that I do like at this point, if I had heard them first without the other context, I don't think I would have liked them as much. But now as I'm like reaching here the end, I think we're at the second to last or final song. That was Ocean Man. So yeah, this is the last two here. Like I wouldn't have enjoyed a song like Ocean Man as much as I did now, having the context of everything else. Definitely the way to experience the Mollusk is to listen to the full album, because it is just the experience. Because it feels like these songs kind of rely on one another as well. I've been even noticing lyrically throughout, there is a lot of reuse of some of the lines. There's like self-referential material, and despite everything, the theme of like the deep sea, like nautical adventures, whatever, it persists throughout. So to hear it all strung together makes more sense than to just hear one song in isolation. And that's probably a statement you can make about any artist, any album. Just listen to the full album and then give your feedback. But I feel like that is even more so the case with what I'm hearing with the Mollusk here. I like that too. I like that bright vibe in the ocean, man. I'm so ready to give my like overall opinions here, but I'm just gonna wait for the final song here. So let's jump into it. Let's see, how do we round this out?
Three men, so they were. Three men out at sea. Three men came aboard my ship and took my true love from me. I couldn't believe she wanted to leave. She wanted to leave. I've loved you so long, since you were a child. I've cared for your every need. I've tried to make you smile, when all the while you wanted to leave. You wanted to leave. Go gather the guns. We'll blast 'em at sea. She begged for me not to shoot, for my true love is here with me. I've never loved thee. Now I must leave. Now I must leave. So go fetch a bottle from dear friends and fill up my glass to
Notice the slow down here, but it's raising the intensity.
For I'm not the man I used to be. Now I'm on the fair.
Dude, expert utilization of the synths throughout this whole album, by the way. Oh, that is so underwater. Huh? No way. I hear something. It's like we're in a silent underwater submarine right now. Just kind of hear the winds, the sounds of the ocean. Oh. Oh. Wait, why do I like this so much? Oh, there's a cool like darkness in this. Slow moving. The super staccato piano playing. The lower tones, the graveliness to it all. That is so interesting. It's like, that's all, folks. Kind of like waving the sailors away. Or goodbye. Wow. I'm going to look at the comments. I'm very curious what people think about this. Rip Stefan Hillenberg, you introduced an entire generation to the majesty of Ween. Who's Stephen Hillenberg? Let's do a quick Google. SpongeBob. Hold on. So, earlier, I had said, which show that I reference? Chowder? Kind of kind of a Chowder vibe, I can also see a SpongeBob vibe, and now this corroborates that feeling that I had. I said Chowder only because I'd watched more Chowder than I had watched SpongeBob, which I get is a crazy statement. I never had those channels, so I didn't watch that much SpongeBob. I've watched more SpongeBob in my adult life than I have in my child life, basically. Definitely in my top 10 pirate-themed 90s rock albums. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Don't know why, but I just love the little help me. Yeah, I love that little help me polka dot tail. I forgot that moment, but that was a really cool one. I found this album in the garage some weeks ago, and I show my mom. She says, if someone offers you drugs, say no. We might be seen as a joke band, but this album is a legit masterpiece. You know, I can honestly, like, let's like focus on that, because I think oftentimes with music, people are so quick to gatekeep and like act as though a different style or a different foray into the musical world blended with comedy makes the band a joke. Check yourself. It's not correct. Music is very subjective, and when you listen, you just pick up on what you appreciate, right? And if there's things that you don't like, you can also pick up on those things. But to say callously that like certain bands are a joke or don't actually make good music, I think is usually just an incorrect statement. I think with like almost 99.99999% certainty, statements like that come from a place of control rather than earnest engagement with the material, because there are a lot of pleasant elements to the music that we heard throughout the Mollusk here. A bunch of songs that didn't make as much sense to me, but when you fit them into the context of the other tracks, actually boost up the overall feel of the album. If you were just to take the song, like what was the title of that first track, if you were just to like present to me, I'm dancing in the show tonight, I wouldn't like it. It wouldn't work for me. But it makes sense in the context of everything else. This is an intro track, and then as it brings us into the Mollusk, it brings us that feeling. It helps introduce us to that world. It's almost like a form of musical exposition to start off the album. And we build. Each brick of this album brings us to that closer point. It's this like nautical journey that we're kind of embarking on that brings us to a sort of like ominous ending. I want to say that like that earlier comment I made about this feeling a bit like a what is, I don't even know the terminology here, like preempts like a horror movie. It had that kind of vibe, like things are a little bit dreary, a little, just a tad bit uncanny valley, as if it's almost about to teeter from minor into diminished, or major into minor, or you know, minor into chromatic and completely dissonant. Like it always, well, not always, but in a lot of these moments, it felt like the track could collapse into itself, reach some level of true musical chaos. It could go heavier. Like, you know, I often, because my biases are very clear, I love a lot of melodic heavy music. I come from a background of metalcore, rock, hard rock. So when I got that kind of feeling, like in the Golden Eel, for example, it really worked for me. And the thing is, when you listen to everything in the context of the album, you get to hear all of the peaks and the valleys. So the peaks in the Golden Eel were only made as salient as they were because of the different valleys throughout the other tracks there. So at a high level, this is a very fun, whimsical, but also musically interesting journey that I just embarked on. The track 11, waving my dick in the wind, is just the funniest thing ever. In a low-key way, it kind of reminds me of Cigaro by System of a Down, but very different styles. But you know, if you know that song, you'll know what I'm talking about. I really liked Buckingham Green, Ocean Man, Cold Blows the Wind. It's Gonna Be Alright was pretty good. Mutilated Lips is pretty good. I like that reprise too. There's a lot that I liked. Now that I think about it, I think at the beginning I was more like just baffled at what I was hearing. and it prevented me from hearing more, if that makes sense. My being baffled overtook what I was actually listening to, and then as it started to really sink in, I like this a lot. I can't say that I would listen to it all the time. I think a select few of these tracks I would inject into various playlists of mine. But the way that I think about this is it's an entire experience. So you have to almost listen to the full album again to kind of reintegrate that feeling, make it make more sense kind of thing. And I even talked about this in a previous reaction. But when you get to listen to music again and again, you pick up on more of the nuances. Some of the glue starts to make itself more apparent, and it just becomes more enjoyable. So for me, if I had such an enjoyable first time listening to this, I know I would enjoy even a second time listen even that much more. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did and want to request more Ween yourself, you can do so by clicking the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.